Fucking
And welcome to the Earn the Best podcast. I'm your host, Merge. It's been a long day. I'm here with Nelson. Nelson, what's up, man?
What's up? That was probably the craziest. Check Twitter constantly to see if there's any updates on this trade. Kind of this time point, and really, we got AD, and we're probably gonna get another big free agent. We'll see how this works, but I think this is truly the path that the Lakers are gonna go down for most of it. Even though they preach patience, I think that when you have LeBron and when you have a lot of other voices in the locker room and other stuff, that this is the path that you go down. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
And we're also here with Clayton. Clayton, what's up, man? Are you as exhausted as I am with all this?
yeah, like, even though I'm sad, it's over. We have AD.
That's the best part. It's that everything's done.
Yeah.
That's the best part of everything. That everything is done in terms of all the rumors about Anthony Davis. Everything's not done in terms of rumors, period. But at least the Anthony Davis rumors are done because I hate dealing with those Pelicans Twitter. So let them enjoy the young guys in Zion.
Yeah,
And,
20 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys can probably tell now, we're also joined again by Naz. Naz, what's going on, man?
Just chilling, just like you guys, man. Like, it's funny too, because we all get these updates from Woj, these Woj bombs, like when we least expect it. Like you're the one who called me regarding LeBron joining.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then, like, I was updating my Twitter all day, like my Twitter feed all day, like seeing, like, it's going to happen, because I had a feeling it would happen today, right? If it was going to happen, it was going to happen today. I had a feeling. And then the few minutes that I did not check it, that's when it happened. Because I was starting to lose hope that it was going to happen today. Yeah. So I just was like, it's not going to happen today. Whatever, man.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't know until like one of my coworkers ran out and you're like, "We got AD." I'm like, "What? How did this happen?" And then I look at my phone really fast. I'm like, "Holy shit!"
It actually traded with us, man. It's insane. It's like we paid a tax, but yeah, we actually got him, and they actually
yeah. It's still a lot to process even right now. I don't think it's hit me on either end of the spectrum. That one, we have AD, or two, we lost Lonzo, Ingram, and Josh Hart. So we're gonna try to talk this out right now. Let's start with the actual deal. As I said, the full deal was Anthony Davis to the Lakers for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks, and a couple of pick swaps. This is sort of how it goes with that.
It was so crazy.
The 2019 pick goes to the Pelicans, the number 4 pick. The Lakers keep their 2020 pick. The 2021 pick is the Pelicans if the Lakers finish top 8 in the draft. If not, the Lakers keep the pick. And if that's the case,
that reverse
2022
protection is weird.
It is weird. 2022, that turns into an unprotected pick to the Pelicans if they don't get the pick in 2021. After that, 2023 they get a pick swap. And then 2024 and 2025 is either the Pelicans have a choice between unprotected, or was it pick swap in 2024 or pick swap in 2025?
They have the right to defer, basically.
So it's either the unprotected pick in 2024, or they can defer to the 2025 pick swap. So all in all, it's 3 picks and 1 pick swap, sort of, with one or two,
with some weird deferments.
With some weird language around it.
All right, so let's
structured very funky.
So let's break it down like in simpler terms, okay? Just shout out to Afro, by the way. He tweeted this. So 2020 we keep, 2021 we keep, 2022 we lose, 2023 we swap, 2024 we lose, 2025 we swap. We are like deferred.
Either or.
Yeah, either or. Yeah.
So probably what's gonna happen is the Lakers lose 2 picks. 3 picks. If you include this year's pick. But in the future it's 2 picks. And then depending on how well they are and how well the Pelicans are at that point, we could be higher or lower, but we will have 2 picks. Well, we lose 2 picks, not including this year. So at first it felt everyone, or at first Ramona said it was going to be the next 7 years.
Yeah, like Ramona did not explain that
The
properly,
Pelicans
man. I
have
was like,
control.
Well,
I was like-
Ramona's an idiot and freaked. Like, as someone who has always called Ramona a moron, which she is. People believe her like crazy. She actually, in my panic of it all, got me to believe it, which I should have known.
Yeah.
Don't believe Ramona because she's a moron. Like,
The way
I don't-
that she said it made it sound like 2020 is a pick swap. 2021 is their pick. 2022 is a pick swap. 2023 is unprotected. 2024 is
No,
a
no,
pick
no,
swap.
no, no, no.
2025 was
like
unprotected,
the
right?
way it could have been done is because the trade is gonna be official after, like, in late July. So
Yeah,
like the
because the
Lakers
Lakers are going for
the Lakers are gonna make the pick. So essentially sounded like the Lakers were gonna give up 2019 or 2019, 2020, swap 2021, give up 2022, and then like swaps give up. Like, it was just some crazy
right, like,
nonsense. Like, this is this
It
deal
made
is,
it sound like the Brooklyn deal. It did. It
God,
really did.
yeah. and like
it sounded like
it's
7
not.
years straight. Yeah, it sounded like 7 years straight. I was like, we're going to deal with the Pelicans for 7 years straight. That's what it sounded like. And I was like, dog, that is such a, like, Pelinka got ripped off. Like,
It sounded like
Yeah.
a Phoenix Suns, the Orlando Magic type thing with the Lakers, but like way worse. That's what it sounded like. at
Yeah.
first.
bad, bro.
Yeah,
But
it did.
then-
It did not look very good.
But after
And
a while,
then it definitely cut in half with all the actual. I mean, we're really only going to lose 2 picks.
Other than
in the
this
grand scheme of things, other than this, I keep saying that, but right. So Nelson, after the whole thing went down, after you've gotten a lot of time to sort of think about it and calm down with everything, who do you think won the trade, or do you think it is a good trade for both sides?
I think the Lakers won the trade, and I'm
Okay.
only gonna say that because the Lakers get the better player
Mhm.
at the end of the day. And although I'm really high on Brandon Ingram, we'll see how he's able to build off that second half because he has been a bit inconsistent. So I don't know. It's just like you get AD in the building, you get a transcendent top 10 lock of a player and he's only 26, so you get him for sure 80 years, and that gives you just a lot of time. I know he has some injury history, so maybe a little bit less than that, but still, that's a lot of time to build around. And I don't know.
It's also
The
a big that kind of.
Yeah, that's also kind of the issue. But I mean, just with the Lakers, what they've been missing this whole time is that they've always been like selling youth to free agents, and if they're gonna go about this in like a free agent type way, then I guess the only way to do that is to have like an established star to pair with someone. Although some depth would also make it more attractive. I think the Lakers have now set themselves in a position where it's really short-sighted, but they're probably giving themselves the best shot in the short term. They're able to pursue a free agent, probably get him, and then build from there. And then this is where it kind of hurts to have Pelinka as the person who's running your team, because now it's really about the margins. And I don't know if Pelinka is someone who we can trust to handle things on margins, like to be able to make good signings and signings that like pan out, that are just really, really cheap and just really great value signings. I don't know if Pelinka has that in him. I think he does a little bit, maybe, hopefully, like that'd be the upshot. But his track record so far hasn't been too great. But yeah, I mean, the trade itself, like, I don't think the winner and loser really matters as much as what happens after, because this trade specifically is only gonna be as good as like what next moves happen. So like what Griffin gets for like the assets that he got, and what the Lakers can do, like signing guys on the margins. Because I mean, this is a trade that the Lakers kind of had to make. They kind of shoehorned themselves into this spot after like last year's trade line debacle. and just the constant rumors that they're gonna go after AD. Like you might as well just send everyone away if there's gonna be any turmoil or anything, and then just try to build through free agency. I feel like that was the plan the entire time, and yeah, I mean now we get to see. Well, now LeBron has no more excuses if he doesn't make the playoffs, barring an injury to AD or the other star that we're probably gonna get. So. Yeah, I mean, so we're making the playoffs next year, so that's fun. But apart from that, I mean, the next what happens after this is going to determine how far we go. So
I'm just ready to talk basketball, man. It's been
Yeah.
way too much of just speculation. Clayton, same question to you. Who wins the trade, or is it a good trade for both sides?
I think it was a good trade for both sides. I think Lakers probably get the better end of the stick because, as Nelson said, top 10 player. Some people have AD top 5. I don't.
I think
he's just on the outside of it, but at that point, it's really semantics. But you know, I was a guy who thought Lonzo and Brandon Ingram could be, top 20 guys at least. I know some people still thought that wasn't right, but I mean, look at Siakam.
Yeah.
Yes, he took an outlier curve upward, which great for him. But I don't know why it always seems like the Lakers guys were always kind of capped for some reason. But that team is going to be a freaking league pass team for sure next year
100%.
with Zoe, Drew, Bi, Zion, and really whoever they pair with Zion in the front court. But it's sad to see him go. We were talking before this, like all the talks of drafting and everything. Like we literally have the Lakers have nothing from the last 4 drafts other than Kuzma. That's it. Kuzma, Wagner, and Bonga. And I love Bonga. He's fun to talk about. That guy is not a rotation guy, not even close. Wagner, in my opinion, sucks. I hope he succeeds, but I've never been a fan. I've never gotten it. But now you're gonna have to play minutes, so you better show up. You better show up to camp healthy and not have any excuses now. And
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Kuzma's still a Laker, guys.
Yeah, and Kyle Kuzma. And Kyle Kuzma to me has always been a 6-man. So I know some people think he's a star, but he's a 6-man in my opinion. And Kuzma has to shoot, actually has to show that he can shoot, not just be a theoretical shooter. When you're shooting only 30%? And 33.
Yeah.
He shot 33% with LeBron on the floor, which that's still not good.
Yeah, it's not.
And he had some of the most open looks on the team, and he still couldn't shoot. That's a problem. So whatever. I mean, the main thing is you got a 26-year-old uber star with AD, and you got LeBron. So you've got a top 3. I mean, with KD now out for the year, you're looking at a top 2 player, at least one. If he's not the best player in the NBA, and then you got AD, who's another top 5 to 7 player in the league,
and potential guy who can take over that top spot at some point too.
So you have your 2 mega stars, but as Nelson said and everything, filling around the edges, I'm not very confident in that. They're going to contend, but Pelinka is going to actually have to work some magic and not just do a trade, and not just do some trade that some casual on 2K could do.
Yeah. Nas, I know everyone's kind of said the same thing, but same question: winner, loser, or is it a fair deal for both sides?
I think it's a fair deal for both sides, man. I think the Lakers have to win a chip with this, obviously, right?
Yeah,
and obviously the Pels got something out of it's basically expiring for them because he's added there after this year.
Yep.
So they got a bunch of picks, and no matter how much people don't like to admit it, the young core is really good. Like
oh no, everyone's admitting it now.
oh yeah, because they're not Lakers now. Obviously.
They're not Lakers anymore.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Like when the moment
Pelicans got an absolute haul, apparently.
Yeah.
and it's funny too because the moment that the trade was announced, right? Like a few moments later, coach is like, now their interest in the fourth pick from from the Pels. Like now it's a 4-player draft.
Hey, now it's a four. Hey, everyone in the top 10 is amazing, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Like,
Yeah, a top
Yeah.
one. It's a top 1 player, and then 2 to 6 is like interchangeable in my opinion.
so like my thoughts are like, okay, I mean it's not like the Lakers got Mike Muscala, man. I hate it. I mean, I always like clown on him.
Are you talking about 2019, 2020 Laker Mike Muscala?
Yeah, exactly. He might be back now, man. He might be back now, right? Like we need as many bodies as we can.
Jamario Jones time.
Anyway, but yeah, we got a bunch of guys. We sent away a lot of guys. So it was we paid a tax. We did. We paid the Lakers tax, and it's understandable because the Pels hate us, and Griffin is a really good GM. But at the same time, we got AD, and now our window isn't necessarily our window's shorter, right? But it's wider because now we have LeBron, we have AD. And
the window can be a lot bigger depending on certain free agent acquisitions, but that besides the point.
Right, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I feel like okay, now we're in a position. Now we're in a position now to actually compete for a championship, and see if we build around the young core, our window won't be necessarily as big, but I feel like it'd be longer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we'll be able to compete for years, but I don't know what the maximum ability of the team to be able to compete for championships would be. But now with LeBron and AD, and assume we get a third star, or even like just players around the margin with the cast space, we're going to be really good. We're going to be very, very good. Especially,
barring any injury, we will be a top 4 team in the West.
And we don't have Nunez anymore. That's already like picking up Dr. Cito was probably like one of the biggest free agent acquisitions we had too. You know?
Anything is better than the last training staff.
Yeah.
Now is all about filling in the margins and also getting that third big name guy. So, of the guys that we've heard, of the guys who are possible, without answering with who you want, who do you think is the most likely all-star free agent to come to LA? And we'll start again back with Naz.
Kawhi.
Okay, fair enough. You don't have to explain. It's all good. Nelson, same question.
Kemba Walker.
All right, and then Clayton.
I would love Kawhi.
Don't say who you want.
I think it's Jimmy.
I'm with you there. I think it's Jimmy as well.
I don't think Jimmy was ever for sure for Philly.
No, I've always thought of him as the most likely free agent to come, regardless of AD or no AD. So I'm still sticking with Jimmy Butler. And then after you get that guy, it's all going to be about filling in the margins with guys who can help the team. And outside of we have the 3 stars. What's the most important thing to add to this team to make? Okay.
That's it. I mean, just like period.
Like big man shooting or just like guard shooting, wing shooting?
Shooting.
Period. Doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what position. You just need
There's been some talk about apparently the Lakers are interested in bringing back Brook Lopez, which would be great. There's a bunch of guys out there in terms of purely shooting, in terms of Seth Curry. You can go out and get bigger name guys in terms of just shooting. I don't know if you want to pay him a lot of money, but Bogdanovich is a good shooter.
If we get Brook, I wonder if they pay him like sort of like you know what? Sorry for what Magic did. Here's the extra raise for you. You know what I mean? Like
maybe
if they sign a max,
yeah.
though they only have the room exception, which is like 4.7. So I
And,
think that I would love to have Brook back, but I honestly don't know if I think he's probably priced himself out. I mean, he should have priced himself out last year, but with how everyone just saw how important he was for the Bucks, I bet you he gets bank.
Where does he go
Yeah.
though? That's the question. Like who?
There's a bunch of teams that need a shooting big. I mean,
No,
the Thunder would be super interesting if they get rid of Adams.
The Mavericks. I mean,
Mavericks, yeah. Him and Porzingis would be super with obviously with Luka. That would be super interesting as well. There's a lot of teams out there that need bigs that can shoot. Maybe Atlanta goes out and gets them and puts them with the core. I mean, there's a lot of options out there.
him with Collins is really interesting.
Yeah, and then
he could actually teach Collins how to actually play defense too.
Watch him go.
There's a lot of teams out there that he'd fit with. So there's gonna be a lot of want out there for him, and unless we like beg and plead and he's willing to come back, then it'll be really tough to get him back. Other guys out there, there's Reggie Bullock, who was a Laker for like 25 games last year. There's Danny Green, who maybe him being not great in the finals, maybe he played himself down to that. Maybe he wants to come. Other guys who aren't necessarily shooting, Clayton brought this up before. Rudy Gay is sort of in that mold of the older guy who is still good, but maybe he just wants a ring. He's that ring chaser who can still provide a lot.
One of the very, very few out there too. There's not a lot of quote unquote ring chasers out there that are really good. Like people think that when you like they're talking about ring chasers that are going to be rotation players. Most of those ring chasers that you're probably thinking of are actually going to get more money.
Yep.
And the people that would really take that hit are probably guys that are in that Tyson Chandler mold where they're just about done.
Yeah. I mean,
like I hilariously saw someone say bringing Pau Gasol back. That would be hysterical.
Man.
I mean, we all love Pau from back in the day, but no.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Would he retire?
Didn't he just have surgery on something recently too? Like
I don't know.
That's why he was never dressed for the Bucks, like ever once he got traded to them.
I'm not 100% sure on that. But
I mean, there's guys out there, but there aren't a lot, and I'm not 100% confident in the front office to focus in on those guys and bring them in. Pretty much
I could see a lot.
The most ideal stuff would be one of Curry or Danny Green, right? And then you can maybe bring back like a JaVale on a minimum, or you can bring back Bullock on a minimum if he's willing.
Bullock has never made good money in his career. That guy's not taking a minimum deal. Full stop. He's also only like
he's young enough to
28 or
he's have like a really good year and then go out and get more. There's a lot of money next year.
He's gonna get a big. He can sign a 1-year deal somewhere, but I mean, there's already been talk that the Pistons are interested in bringing him back. So he's going to have a market. He's not going to. I can't imagine him taking a minimum, especially being I think he's only 28.
Yeah.
So I mean, that keeps going to my thing. There's teams are going to get some cap space this year, and it's going to be more than the Lakers. I mean, you're going to have what? The Knicks, the Nets, the Clippers, the Mavericks, the Hawks. Just off the top of my head, some of these guys. There's a lot of teams that are going to have money available, and
I think that's where hopefully leaning on Jesse Buss and Ryan West and them, and then bringing in a two-way guy who can do something.
Yeah, I mean, like Caruso, I think has shown that he should be a rotation guy. Yeah, but is he your starting point guard? Like, I don't know. And God, they better not bring freaking Rondo back. Swear to God.
Maybe you might just be able to have LeBron be your point guard.
I mean, he's going to have the ball enough. He might as well. I mean, but the thing is he also doesn't always like. He likes to have the ball in his hands, but he also likes to have that second guy. And who is that second guy? I mean, AD, sure, but like you're not going to have AD run the break all the time either.
Well, no.
So I mean, like they're going to need some ball handlers,
For sure, obviously. I mean,
some creators, but like it just.
That's where really any of the free agents we could bring in will come in handy. Obviously, I mean, Kemba, Jimmy, Kawhi, Kyrie, those 4 guys are ball handlers. They're not all necessarily passers. I think Jimmy's probably the best passer out of all of them. I don't know if I'm wrong in saying that. Do you guys think the same thing? In terms of pure playmaking, I think Jimmy is the best one out of those 4.
Out of even with Kyrie.
Yeah, even with Kyrie, in terms of just passing, creating shots for others.
Maybe I might agree with that. I mean, I don't know. I don't even remember how many people I saw. I just remember even when Jimmy was back with Chicago a couple years ago, when people were like, he needs to just run as a point guard. So he'd be fine with it. But yeah, I mean, people are acting like he's still an elite defender. He wasn't an elite defender for Philadelphia. And
he was really good during the playoffs. He wasn't that great during the regular season, or he didn't live up to his
reputation.
He was a good defender.
He lives off of reputation a lot.
He wasn't the elite defender that people think he is in the regular season. Then he stepped it up during the playoffs, which I mean, maybe he does that because he had guys like Embiid around him, but I don't know. Maybe coming to LA gets him a little bit more. Maybe playing with AD and LeBron gets him a little more active on there. Because I mean, he wouldn't need to create. Definitely, he wouldn't need to score as much as he did on both teams. Really, I mean,
I also think he likes to score.
The Wolves and the Sixers. He was pretty much the second option on there. But then once he got to the Sixers, Ben had the ball in his hands a lot. Embiid won the ball a lot. It's pretty much like way better 76ers with LeBron and Anthony Davis. I don't know. It's all about just getting the shooters at this point.
It's funny.
I think the defense would be good enough with AD and potentially Kawhi or Jimmy and guys like Caruso and Jamario Jones who can defend really well.
I don't think Jamario should be looked at as a rotation player.
It's funny. Half glass Fultz, he actually mentioned something that's like, and I thought about it. It's actually very interesting. Jimmy's going from Cat and Wiggins to Embiid and Simmons to LeBron and AD.
Yeah, it would just be better versions of each other, even though. Yeah. It would just be like way better, especially from Wiggins to Simmons to LeBron.
Yeah,
it's just a lot, and even though we don't have the 4th pick, I still really want the Lakers to be active. Because
they need to somehow get some type of like second round pick.
And then they need to load up on undrafted guys too.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of
doing stuff. It's gonna be Jonathan Williams, Bonga, and Jamario Jones, Jonathan Williams, Bonga, and Mo Wagner. That's gonna be the guys, and they aren't guys who are scorers for themselves. Yeah. So there's a ton of minutes after that.
Yeah, I mean, the summer league is gonna be full of guys like that. That's the summer league, and the actual parent club of the Lakers is going to have to be like, yeah, we don't have money, but we've got minutes. That's essentially your
payment.
What's going to lure people in, and then how you said, Bullock could have a big year. Like I also think that you're going to have to look at a lot of guys who, even though I'm not fans of some of these guys, like Stanley Johnson. Mm-hmm. Stanley Johnson has a qualifying offer for the Pelicans of 4.3 with all their draft picks and everything. Is he a guy that they want to keep around?
Yeah, it's just guys that
going to be like reclamation projects, and just see if you can get a couple of vets that are playable.
Yeah, we're gonna have problems.
Like, the depth is going to be bad. Period.
Yeah, we're gonna have problems like filling out the edges, bro. Like I mean, once we sign
It's just gonna have to be lotto pick guys, or really guys who can just give you good 10 to 15 minute stretches from the draft or the G League or whatever.
Right.
It's gonna have to be those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
it's
mean,
gonna- it's gonna be tough.
if they can just hit on the right reclamation project, and then the Lakers will be looking really good. Like if for some miracle, like Stanley Johnson is actually like good, then that is just
Yeah,
a miracle.
something that he's never actually proven to be.
But yeah, but I mean, but that's the kind of thing that would kind of be required for him to make that leap into like a contender to like a serious contender. Like that's kind of that margin that Lakers need to explore.
Yeah,
you
need to have at least 7 to 8 really good players.
Yeah,
like
and it's easier said than done. Like just find a good player.
When you look at like the Raptors had Kyle Lowry, they had Danny Green, who barely played a lot in the last couple of games during the finals. They had Kawhi, obviously, Siakam, Ibaka, Marc Gasol, Van Vliet.
Well, the Lakers got Van Vliet and Caruso.
Yeah,
but I mean, like other than that, they don't have a lot. I mean, like, yeah, if we sign him, if the Lakers sign a max guy, then that's huge. Like if they sign Kawhi, they're 2019-2020 NBA champions. I mean, like it's really gonna just making sure that they get to the playoffs, which they will.
Yeah.
That if that's the case, it's just barring someone gets like major injury, they're gonna make it to playoffs, and then it's just gonna be those guys playing like 38 minutes apiece, and like they're just gonna dominate.
Yeah,
but
I think JJ comes back next year. Actually, remember he cut his Boys and Girls Club appearance short so that he could fly out to LA.
Oh yeah, no, I think JJ's back. Jamario Jones is back, but I don't think he's a rotation guy. That's my thing. Like,
I think he could.
He's a garbage. He's a garbage minutes guy. Like, I mean, what we saw of him was fun at the end of the season, but he's not a rotation guy yet.
If
like,
he can just rebound and defend, that's really all you need out there.
You also need him to be able to shoot, and he can't do that.
I mean,
you literally have two guys. Like, it's going to be LeBron AD pick and roll essentially, high low. Like that's what it's going to be, and you're going to need those two guys with the ball in their hands and be able to kick out the shooters. And if you can't shoot, you're not going to really see much time on the floor. And while Jamario, I mean, I like Jamario as just like you guys, but if he can't shoot, then he's not going to be able to make it on the floor. Unless it's just that team is that bad, and then you have even bigger concerns.
I just think he can provide. We just need guys who compete. That's what I think, at least compete.
I hate using Colin Cowherd ever in a talk. Okay. Like, I think he's a great guy to make fun of, but he kind of was, when he was talking about the trade and not giving up Kyle Kuzma, like that was the break, the straw that broke the camel's back or whatever. That was stupid. But you have to go into the night thinking, knowing you have so many amount of points.
Right.
You have LeBron, who he scored 26 a night, and he apparently is washed all of a sudden. 26 a night, and then AD was at 29 a night. So you're looking at what? 58 points right there. Yeah. If you're assuming Kyle's going to score 19, you're looking at 67, 77 points. Yeah, I mean, and
he's at 26 and 29. Yeah. 26, 29, right? 55.
Yeah, there you go. I thought that was off too. 70. So then you have 74, and then if you get a max guy, you could get another, 16 to 20 points. So, but the thing, you're thinking with those four guys, you've got 90. We'll just say four guys scoring 90 points a game, which is awesome. But then, who else is going to score? Because Milwaukee, one of the best offenses in the league, the Rockets, another, those teams are scoring 116 points a night. You know, this isn't 90s basketball where, and early to mid 2000s basketball where teams are barely scoring 100. You know, we're talking 116 points per game. So you have to have guys that can actually shoot. Jamario is a junkyard dog. He's a good player. Like he knows to defend. He knows to rebound. He knows to do those little things, but he can't shoot. And if he can't shoot, then why is he on the floor? Unless you just have shooters around him, and unless shooters are all of a sudden going to come super cheap, unless you're going to get JJ Redick and KCP is going to hold it, pull his head out of his ass. Which
oh my god,
no one imagine. He's coming back. Don't even he's coming back.
I'm not denying it. I'm just thinking about him playing for us again. I'm not denying it.
I know.
I know he's coming back.
If you could get if you can get those guys and Brook to somehow take the room exception, or if you can get those guys, then play Jamario. But the thing is I'm with how the front office. Yes, I know Magic is gone, obviously, but Pelinka was part of that front office that thought it was going to be a good idea to bring Rajon Rondo, Michael Beasley, Lance Stevenson, all these other guys, and those guys were awful. We know they're not good at around the margins. We're hoping that they are, and we know that they're not. Right now, literally right now on the roster, the only guards, quote unquote guards, because Jamario's not really a guard. He's more like a 3-4, and a 2's body.
He's weird.
His body, he's got a long neck and a tall head and short shoulders. It's funny.
Weird build. It's so he's like a guard, but he's a 3-4.
Yeah, but if you don't really consider him a guard because that's not the style he actually plays, the only guard on the roster still is Caruso.
Nah, not technically. He's a restricted free agent.
Well, he's technically a restricted free agent. I'm counting him as a guy because he is a restricted free agent.
Yeah,
but my point is that's playing him minutes is scary. Unless Pelinka is a lot better than all of us assume, because I don't know, we all love having AD now, and we all love, are sad about the trade and blah blah blah. That trade could have been made by any casual on 2K.
Yeah.
Other than the weirdness of deferring and a reverse protection, but no one's really done stuff like that. So whatever.
Yeah, but it's not consequential. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. How much does that matter? You gave up your 3 biggest assets. Kyle Kuzma is not one of your 3 biggest assets. I don't care what anyone says. You gave up your 3 biggest assets and 2 former top 2 picks and the 4th overall pick this year, and Josh Hart, rotation guy, and Josh Hart, who I think was in the same line as Kuzma when he was healthy. But
I actually thought it was better because he played defense.
Yeah, but I have to give credit to Kuzma. He did, as Tim, what T1M_NBA or whatever is. Sorry, Tim. Is his Kranjus. There you go. Kuzma improved on defense, but still, God,
let's just hope Lethal Shooter fixes shit, man.
Yeah.
He improved everything, I think, except for his defense and his outside shooting. Where
his defense did improve. He he's just not a 5. Obviously, we should everyone knew that, except the front office.
I think he's
except Magic and
better at guarding 3s than he is at guarding 4s.
Yeah, definitely.
He had some moments against guys like Luka Doncic and others where he was better guarding the wing, but then he does that thing where he skips when he should be sliding.
Yeah, he's got happy feet.
Yeah, happy feet, man. There's this clip when he played against the Grizzlies, right? And they did a pass to the wing. You know what he did?
He did. Well, no, what?
Was that the one that he pushed LeBron into?
No. This at Memphis. So yeah, so one of the players, I forget who it was, passed the ball to the wing to Jonas, and instead of him jumping sideways, which is the reasonable thing to do, which every basketball player, like who knows anything, just does, right? You track the ball instead of him going to where the ball was, he jumped up. Okay,
Yeah.
like that. That's just very bad, poor instincts. What are you supposed to do with that? Like, I mean, if a guy,
It's the instincts. He can try as hard as he can, but it's the instincts where he'll never be a above average defender. Maybe he gets the average. He'll never get to anywhere above average.
and the thing is, he's trying. I mean, he's not like it's not like he's screwing around. It's just that he just has terrible instincts and he can't execute defensive game plans.
He doesn't have the extra skill. The extra thing that Lonzo had, or that even Ingram and Hart had. It's so I guess we can just hope he gets better, and we can just hope that Lethal Shooter worked with him this offseason, and he really helped him out, like he helped out KCP. Because remember, for a while KCP was like the only good shooter on the team, and he was being helped out by Lethal Shooter. So let's just hope that he helped out him, and he worked out with AD this year, so this offseason. So let's just hope he helped out in that way. Like I said, when is the draft? Like 4 days from now? I think something like that.
It's on Thursday.
It's on Thursday. We need to be active and try to get some sort of guys who can help contribute immediately. And in this undrafted guys who we can get on two-way deals. They need to, because they need to find as much depth as possible.
We're gonna need a lot of help from Joey Bus actually, and basically the scouting department and the South Bay Lakers, because I mean I'm assuming that Caruso's back, Mario Jones is back.
Well, you would assume, but if they have any type of like quote unquote negative cap hold, to like dip into that 32.5 million blah 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 needed to, or 32.7 million needed to get a max guy, they're gone.
Yeah, they might not be. But I'm just saying, like,
well, not Jones. Jones will be there, but I mean Caruso. I mean, honestly, like,
it'll be Bonga probably playing.
It probably would be Bonga, even though it should be Wagner. But, yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I would trade Wagner for a second. See if you can trade Wagner for a second round pick. But there's some people who legitimately think that he should have been like a big piece mentioned with the core, and I've never gotten it since he was at Michigan. So whatever.
I don't know. We'll see what he looks like during the summer league.
I'm rooting for the guy. Yeah.
Maybe he improved.
Oh yeah.
Over
he's a Lakers, so I'm gonna root for him. But
I'm not expecting much, but I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
They just need to find the guys like Kenrick Williams and guys like, who else was the undrafted guy from this year? Alonzo Trier, like guys like that who can just give you.
Kenrick, I thought was drafted.
Nope, he was an undrafted guy.
All right.
Alonzo Trier, that's another guy who he was undrafted and he really helped out the Knicks. And not helped out, but he was really good for the Knicks when he first started. He was a good player that should have been drafted. Trier, I know.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, but yeah, he should have been drafted.
He should have been drafted.
He had a very good rookie year, man. He should have been drafted at least in the second round. Yeah.
He's being paid like a lottery guy.
Is he?
Oh. Yeah.
Huh.
He's 3.5 million this year or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's definitely getting paid.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we could get a lot of undrafted guys. Like, hopefully we could buy a pick. I doubt it because I mean I saw was it Zach Milner? Like
Zach Milner, our buddy.
Zach put up this stat verse. Like I think it was only like 15 picks bought from like the past.
Yeah, past like decade or something like that. That doesn't happen as much as we all like to think. I mean, we're gonna like the Lakers are gonna have to hit on like Trier, and they're gonna have to hit on like a Gary Clark and Just this is from guys that didn't go drafted this year. We already the Lakers already have Jamario Jones, so that's great. But Yuta Watanabe or whatever, didn't he actually get some minutes for the Memphis Grizzlies this year?
I don't remember. I know.
And then obviously they hit. I think they hit on Jonathan Williams as well, and then obviously a guy like Kenrick Williams. There is a good the draft isn't very top heavy in my opinion. Obviously,
no, but like the middle of it, there's a lot.
Yeah,
of guys
from 20 later, there's a ton of guys that I would happily slot into the Lakers rotation. But
oh yeah, but a lot of them
thing
are
is
a little too
thing
high.
is now the Lakers have absolutely no picks.
Taco Fall.
No,
and also, aren't
Jamie-
you a little
we're never bringing Nas back on.
No, just for Jamie.
No, I know.
Yeah, I really don't care about him. He's like what? Like 7'6" and like.
From
Yeah,
what I've heard,
his
actually impressed
historical
people.
measurements too.
Apparently, he's impressing people during his workouts.
Really?
I wasn't expecting him to be so big in terms of like his weight. Like he's like over 300 pounds.
I think he was like 280. I thought.
That's right.
I'll look it up. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But
I was expecting like 220, like streaming sort of thing. A lot of those super tall guys tend to be super light, but
Right, like Bobo. Yeah.
like Bobo.
oh god, that is one thing. Even
That's
though
another guy.
they don't.
That's another guy people have been saying have been impressed
So glad that we will never have to hear about Bobo to the Lakers again.
Yeah.
So glad about that. I mean, like maybe one day after he hasn't done well and on his first contract, whatever.
And he's like a reclamation project. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that guy. I mean, people were trying to say like he should have been. He should have what?
I have a reclamation project for you immediately, and you'll be on board 100%. Dragon Bender.
Oh God, yes, bring him.
Get it, please. I really want Dragon Bender on Lakers. I feel like that would be really fun.
Like there's a ton of reclamation projects I would be more than happy to bring on.
I don't know if I'd call him a reclamation project, but like Noah Vonleh, I don't know how much he'll get. But
my thing is like, how many bigs are we gonna really want on the team?
We need one more, I think.
I think they'll probably get McGee.
Yeah,
I'm
happen too.
I think they probably need one or two more, but like they're really gonna there's literally no guards and like no wings.
I'm in favor of JaVale coming back. It's not the minimum.
Yeah, he was good for the Lakers. He'll be solid for them.
Who?
JaVale. If he comes back on a minimum, I'm cool with it. Anything more than that, AD has to start at the 5 in my opinion.
Unless the guy next to him is Brook Lopez.
Are we still on the Noel train right now? I know Clay's permanently on the Noel train.
Next to AD, but like off the bench, sure.
Off the bench, yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna need a floor spacer, bro. Like Brook would be nice.
Yeah, obviously. Dwayne Dedmon won't come cheap.
No, he won't come cheap.
Yeah, he won't come cheap. But
cheap in terms of like Lakers range cheap, but.
Because the thing also is this too. Like, I mean, I don't know how much resentment he has, considering that they just dropped him off, right? And if they kept him even for like one more year, they would have kept his bird rights. And they really screwed him out of a lot of money. And so he's going to try to recruit a lot of that too. Like, I don't think Milwaukee could afford him, but maybe he does want to win a championship, huh?
There's teams that can.
I mean, like I'm saying that, like, he could go for where the money is, but he could also go. Right now, the Lakers are definitely a championship contender. We can't deny that.
I mean, sure, yeah. I can definitely see him considering it. It's just, will he consider it to the point where he's willing to take, not really a pay cut, because he only made like $2 million last year, but $4.5 million or for whatever it is for the mid level for the Lakers.
Yeah, like he's picking like the room exception or something like that, or over like a team that could pay him like $10 million or something like that. He's gonna make he definitey made a lot of
unless he's willing to just wait again until next year, because again, there's a lot of teams that have a lot of cap space next year, even
Right,
more
right.
so than this year.
right.
Because I think isn't next year the year where all of the contracts are off the books from 2016, from that terrible
Yes.
2016 year.
Next year.
So a lot of teams are gonna be buyers, and or at least have the flexibility to be buyers. Maybe not buyers because of how terrible 2016 was for people. Shout out to Mozgov and Uwald. We've come a long way.
We're saying that Bonga's out, right? Are we saying that he's done?
In legit minutes.
No. Is he going to be on the team or is he not next year?
If they need to make space, I think he's gone. Because he's the most money out from between him and Caruso and Mo, right?
I feel like
I think Mo makes more money.
I feel like I'm some sort of curse, man. I'd be like, whenever I meet like Lakers, they end up getting traded.
You should make
Yeah.
Like
First Josh Hart.
I met Maz, then he got traded the next month with D'Lo. And then I met Josh, and then
you should meet Rajon Rondo and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Wagner makes $2 million next year.
I'm gonna meet Rondo.
Wagner actually makes more than Kuzma.
Yeah.
Then maybe they think he's their only chance at a floor space.
Oh God.
Man,
I am waiting for that Kyle Kuzma and Mo Wagner bench unit. God.
Oh, so much three, so many missed threes, so much defense.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've been rambling on for a long. There has not been.
We're off the rail.
We're off the rails. We
haven't been organized in several podcasts.
You're right. Yeah, whatever. It's been a day. AD's a Laker. That's awesome. AD's awesome. I'm gonna watch some AD highlights after this so I can actually feel good about the trade. I still just don't feel incredible about it, but I know it's not as bad as it feels like it is, just because AD is AD, obviously. Do any of you guys have any final thoughts on the whole thing? Nelson, let's start with you.
No, I'm just really excited to see. Honestly, the draft is this is the first draft where the Lakers don't have a
single
first
pick.
round pick. Yeah,
A single pick.
Yeah, and I'm still really interested in it because there's so much movement that can happen, and some of the prospects are really, really cool, especially Jared Culver, who's just you wouldn't expect him in any other year to be a top pick, but he is. But he's really intriguing, and I'm just really excited for the draft. I'm just in general excited for the draft, and then the offseason is going to be really interesting because it's now a nerve for the Lakers. So
yep, there's a lot of moving parts. Clayton,
Hades Laker, and it's done.
Clayton sounds like about to fucking kill him. So goddamn.
I'm just glad that that's done.
Glad that's done.
I'm very much gonna miss the rebuilding guys. I always knew
it was gonna come down.
Some of the guys were gonna be gone, but I didn't realize all of them that I actually cared about are gone.
Yeah. And they're all going to be great over in New Orleans. I know they are, especially teammate like Zion,
Yeah, I'm going to be very interested in the draft because even looking at after 40 on the Stepien, I'm seeing guys that I would love to have.
Yeah, the Lakers should definitely be active, as I've said a couple of times. Naz, do you have anything left to say?
I'm just happy it's over. I'm with Clay with this because I was losing sleep over it, literally. Even at the trade deadline, I was probably getting maybe 3 hours of sleep, just hoping, just thinking that maybe it's gonna be a Woj bomb or whatever. But it's over. It's finally over. It was a hefty price to pay. I feel like everybody won. There's no winner or loser here. Hopefully, I'm glad that people finally it happens to every Laker, but once they leave the Lakers, everybody's oh, they're great, and they're gonna see how good they're.
It's already happening.
It's already happening. Yeah, like
Yeah.
even the fourth pick, they're already saying how great it is. Everybody won. The Lakers obviously got AD. I'm curious what they do to fill the margins out. And right
Let's
now,
just fast forward to June 30th,
yeah, I'm gonna be looking at
which is the actual time now where it starts. Not midnight anymore.
I hope the Lakers buy a pick. Like I know it doesn't happen as often as we hope it would, or how we think that it's gonna actually happen. But but I do hope it happens, and also I'm gonna be watching AD highlights like Kurt Rambis looks at ass pics on Twitter.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man, we didn't even mention it once at all. Congrats to the Raptors to win the finals. That was cool.
Yeah,
Thank you for soon, hopefully sending us Kawhi Leonard.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Kawhi
got his chip, and now he's on his way to Los Angeles. Which one? We don't know.
I'm gonna buy so much New Balance, man. That you're gonna think I'm MAGA, dude. Like seriously, like, if he ever comes here, man, I swear to God.
That's a good one.
Hey, at least I can be
Yeah.
confident in buying a jersey this time. That'd be cool.
To be
Yeah,
now
you could get an AD jersey. I mean, we've been saying for how long, never buy a young guy jersey.
I was so close to buying a Zoe jersey last year, and I'm like, no, I can't do this to myself again. Because I had a D'Lo jersey too, so I'm not even doing that to myself.
No, don't do it.
you know what's crazy too? It's like we're also. I feel like now, like Merch alluded to this earlier. We're not gonna have as much drama. It's more like because the Lakers.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, right. No. Don't even.
Have you seen our assistant coaches?
No. Hold on. And let me finish. Not in the drama that like we're used to. No, we're not gonna have the same kind of drama as in like LeVar was involved. There's a lot of drama right there. You know, like
now it's just gonna be who is Jeannie fucking this time? That's gonna be the drama.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Still
shit like
Kyle
that, you know,
Kuzma.
it's like
And
Rob.
you mean as well? Who else is in there? Is the real
well.
question.
Dude, like him and Rob like Eiffel Tower her, dude. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna have to edit that out.
We're officially
I think
That's not safe for words.
all right. Thanks for joining us, guys.
You're definitely gonna have to edit that out.
I'm not even gonna fit Twitter account this time. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
All right, good night, guys.